In 2017, Remy Ma released Sheether, a diss track aimed at Nicki Minaj that would take over the internet and start a conversation surrounding female rap. This diss track was ultimately supposed to be the catalyst for Remy Ma to take over the game and shoehorn her way to the top. Instead, it's done really nothing for her career. Her sophomore album still hasn't been released, her singles haven't performed well, and she's on a reality TV show becoming more of a personality now than she is an artist. Remy Ma is a good rapper. However, her rapping style is not very marketable. She's much more of a battle type of rapper, and her flow is very stagnant on every track, and her delivery is quite abrasive, but not in an endearing way. I think Remy can pull off hard-hitting hip-hop records, but pop-infused records aren't exactly her strong suit. Sheether is a hard-hitting diss track, and that beef would ensue for quite some time after the diss track was released, with Nicki and Remy continuously throwing subliminal shots at each other on songs. Meanwhile, while they were both distracted going at each other, it made perfect timing for another female rapper to rise and subsequently set the world on fire, and arguably take the lane that Remy was attempting to carve for herself with Sheether, and drive full speed ahead. And set the world on fire she did. 2017 was the year of Cardi B. She was truly inescapable. Bodak Yellow, backed with a heavy social media campaign, was released and went insane. It topped the charts and she became the first female rapper to do so since Lauryn Hill, and this fast-paced success continued throughout the year. She had further top 10 features and hits with G-Eazy's No Limit and Bruno Mars's Finesse, with the latter helping to showcase her in a different light. She further continued to bend her style with Be Careful, a slower song which featured Cardi singing. Around this time, it was revealed that she wasn't the driving force behind her writing and her lyrics. And in rap, writing your own lyrics, or at least raps, is considered a cultural standard. Cardi brushed it off, and so did the general public. She was such a force that people could care less. And then Invasion of Privacy was released and officially established her as a superstar. The album was met with universal acclaim and was one of the best-selling releases of 2018. The fourth single from her album, I Like It, featuring Bad Bunny and J Balvin, was considered to be another summer song, and reached the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. Shortly after, her pop collaboration Girls Like You with Maroon 5 also reached the top spot, going on to extend her record for the female rapper with the most #1 hits. The single spent 7 weeks in the top spot. Invasion of Privacy eventually went on to sell over 3 million copies in the States alone, and every single song on the album has sold more than 500,000 copies. She didn't slow down there, going on to release buzz singles like Money, and even promised a reissue or deluxe version of her debut album. She released a collaboration alongside Selena Gomez, Ozuna, and DJ Snake, Taki Taki, which was a huge international hit. In 2019, she would win a Grammy for Best Rap Album that caused a lot of controversy, good and bad, but she became the first solo female rapper to win the award. She released another collaboration with Bruno Mars titled Please Me, which landed in the top 3, and more buzz singles such as Twerk with the City Girls and backing it up with her writer Partisan Fontaine. She released her last solo single mid-2019 with Press, which didn't do as well as her other songs, accompanied with a high-quality music video. Then she was featured on high-profile collaborations alongside Ed Sheeran and Camille Cabello on a song called South of the Border, Yes with Fat Joe, and Writing on the Wall with French Montana and Post Malone, with the latter being much more pop and featuring her singing again. Yet they all significantly underperformed, failing to chart or either charting extremely low, which for an entertainer like Cardi, who said that her main focus when making songs is to top the charts, is not so good. Cardi was one of the artists with the most chart entries in 2017 and 2018, and now she's nowhere to be found on the charts. And this makes me wonder, is this a case of receiving too much too soon? 3 #1 hits, a Grammy Award, countless awards and broken records in your first few years is a bit insane, and that much overexposure along with the countless amounts of drama she was involved in could have been a major factor in negatively impacting her career. There's also another thing to take into account, and that is that her label, which is Atlantic Records, is allegedly very particular about their releases. They don't like for their artists' releases to overshadow each other. So after Cardi had attained so much success, they had another female artist to prioritize, which was Lizzo, who also had a crazy year, which is actually very similar to Cardi's. The Grammys, the #1 hits, the broken records, the similarities are a bit insane, so I wouldn't doubt it. Although Cardi has disappeared from the charts as of now, she hasn't disappeared entirely and has been branching out of music. She made her film debut alongside label mates like Lizzo in 2019's Hustlers. Even though her role was pretty small, the film itself was well received and a hit at the box office. She was also featured on the popular Netflix series Rhythm and Flow as a talent judge. She's also set to be featured in Fast and Furious 9, which was supposed to be released this year but was moved to 2021. She recently has been speaking on politics a lot, which I'm personally not a fan of. I do appreciate that she's using her voice, but I feel like she says the bare minimum and people blow it up to be more than it actually is. She claims it's her passion and she might seriously pursue something to do with it. She also continues to be very outspoken on social media and has supplied the Twitter world with a few memes. It feels like Cardi is less interested in music now than before, when she was building momentum and releasing hit after hit. It's just a bit odd to me that she was one of the most present artists on the charts a few years ago, and now she's nowhere to be seen. Keep in mind, she's a rapper, this is a feature world. Even though the features she has released haven't been successful, I would think that her or her label would at least be smart enough to release buzz singles or some more features. Instead, she's been silent in music and continues to be loud on the internet. And I can't help but to wonder, could she be done with music? She doesn't seem that interested anymore. She's branching out into other things. She's absent from the charts since the very first time her career has kicked off, and seems to be drawn to other things. I also think it's worth noting that the charts don't define everything and don't mean everything. However, Cardi said this was the sole reason that she makes music, and now she's not even on them. It's also very unlikely for such a commercial artist to take this long of a break, especially if you're a rapper when you can do features, and after your debut album was released and attained so much success. What do you guys think? Do you think Cardi could be done with music? Are you even looking forward to some new Cardi? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.